the surprises keep piling up today. What is it? So Norwegian, it's almost too Viking. That is impressive. Amazing. That's going on YouTube. Right next to the old ancient Sámi burial grounds. What a trip, man! More adventures on the way to Kirkenes. This is Don and Johnny of Mejeriet.
Yes, the milk barn.
That's right, the milk barn in Vardø. Thanks for everything.
You're very welcome. Bye. Bye.
All right, good morning from sunny Vardø, Norway. Here's today's plan. We're going on a drive. This is the final big drive of the Norway part of this trip. We're going to the final destination in Norway where we're staying at a hotel. There are some cool day trips coming up. But anyway, today we're in Vardø, which is the end of the world. So we're going all the way down the E75 back through Vardø, back to Varangerfjord. And then we're taking the mighty E6, the road that started it all on this road trip, all the way over in Narvik, over here. We're taking the E6 again, which goes down here, very close to the Finnish border, and all the way to Kirkenes, where I'm staying for 3 nights. But we're not leaving Vardø yet. First, we have one thing to do in Vardø, and that is to see a very, very strange Viking landmark. So let's go see that first. Out beyond the last row of houses, way up in northern Vardø Island, is a sculpture monument to the Drakkar Leviathan, installed in 2016. It's half Viking ship, half whale carcass, whale skeleton. And here it is. Let's go hike to it and see what it's all about. It's sunny today, so it's not that cold, but it's very windy and chilly here, way up on the edge of this godforsaken fjord at the end of the world, where there is something that is so Norwegian it's almost too Viking. Well, right away I can tell that it's not a real whale skeleton, it's all made of wood, which is pretty cool. Makes it even more Norwegian. Wow. Look at this, look at just the general shape of it, the styling, the perfect angles of everything. It's such a Viking ship. It's perfect. It looks like every Viking movie, every picture of every Viking thing you've ever seen. I don't know. Perletur, #Perletur. Don't know what that is. So anyway, the planks of the ship, like the underside, the underplanks of the bow of the ship, and then they just become the whale skeleton. All made of wood, just screwed together, screwed and nailed together. And then back behind, the fin of the whale, splayed out like a good fin would be. I don't know where they got this wood. They might have salvaged the wood from somewhere. That's why some of it's like painted. Well, there you go. Behold the Drakkar Leviathan on the edge of wild Vardø, Norway, on the Varanger Peninsula. What a great goodbye to Vardø, too. All right, we're leaving Vardø on the undersea tunnel, which is 3 kilometers long. This is our final time in an undersea tunnel on this road trip, and it's the longest time we've been in a tunnel. It's not the longest tunnel, but we happen to be behind some kind of truck or something that is going very, very slow. So we're flying through the tunnel at a blinding 7 miles an hour or so. We've been in here for 10 or 15 minutes or whatever. It's not a long time to be undersea in a tunnel. One final little adventure. A little Norway Vardø road adventure. But I see the light. of the outside, so we're almost out of our long, dark nightmare. The road back bounced and curved through the barren hills beside the Varangerfjord. Red and green Arctic vegetation and adorable villages marked our progress. One of those great days for making unplanned stops whenever something catches your eye. Just had a good lunch in the car, and it occurs to me that when we change to the E6 in Varangerfjord, we're going to go along the fjord for a little bit on road that will be new to us, and then we're going to leave right around the town of Gandvik. We're going to leave the fjord. The E6 goes in, and that'll be our last look at fjords, really last look driving on fjords of this whole trip. So in about an hour maybe, we're going to say goodbye to the fjord. That will be very bittersweet, but that's how it goes. All good things must come to an end. And for us, saying goodbye to this fjord somewhere over there will be kind of a milestone. Wow, the cemetery and witch themes from last night sort of continue here. Didn't realize it. At this place we pulled over to eat lunch, this whole mountainside is an ancient Sámi burial site with lots of kind of graves, marked and unmarked, all over the place. Well, that's an interesting kind of diner, an interesting car picnic, right next to the old ancient Sámi burial grounds. Where else can you get that but right here? Just driving along after lunch and saw a sign pointing off the road to some cultural landmark or something called Mortensnes. It had like a little logo of a sundial or something on it, so I got curious. So, pulled over here next to the Varangerfjord to see what is the Skeavkagaje Mortensnes or something. Okay, so this turns out to be an ancient Sámi site of great importance to Sámi people. There are a lot of graves here and there from about 2,500 years ago. And you can hike out from here to this spot right next to the water here, which is the cod liver oil rock, which is the famous thing here. Are we gonna hike out all the way out there, 1.3 kilometers here in the freezing cold wind? Yep. Why, I see an English language sign here. That'll help. Welcome, please close the gate. Fair enough. Just in case you're wondering if walking along Varangerfjord on a cloudy day in October is cold, it is. Got my hat on, I got my my inner super warm shirt on, I got my outer shirt, I got my down jacket all zipped up. I can stand a couple more layers. But hey, if the Sámi are gonna come out here 2,500 years ago and have settlements are all around here, and they're gonna build little cool monuments and stuff like that and hang out here and herd the reindeer and all in this land, then I can take it for 20 minutes. The early Stone Age, excuse me. The earliest traces of human habitation in Varangerfjord are more than 10,000 years old. 25 tent rings and sites from the early Stone Age. So yeah, so they built their settlements on the shoreline, and now it's not really the shoreline anymore. Other things, other ground has come up. Wild, untamed Norway. This is what you come to northern Norway to see. Just wild, cold, windswept, beautiful Norway. So this little ring right here was dug about 8,000 BC as either a place to put a tent or some kind of break from the wind or something, and old stone tools and stuff were found here. Hopefully getting ever closer to the strange sundial thing, whatever that thing is. So this kind of round depression in the ground is where a house used to be about, how long ago? 4 to 3,000 BC. See one there, see one here, and there are about 45 of these all around here. These are from a little bit newer than the original spot back up near the car, because the land here is newer. And once again, imagine living out here 8,000 years ago. They make you work for this. It's been a long 1.3 kilometers. We're now off of the stone path, following a vague path through the grass to the water's edge. Some kind of scat from somebody, not somebody, something. Big old mushroom. Okay, I see something out here by the water that look like rock walls. Look at this, how old are these? Let's ask this sign. A trading place from 1784 to 1877. Trading places set up by Norwegian traders. Traded with Sámi and Pomors. Here it was in 1870, and here it is now. Still looking for that sundial type thing, but as long as I've come all this way, let's touch the Varanger waters one last time. Whoa, 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 my shoes. What a wise thing that was to do. I think it's time to skip another stone, actually. Watch this. I'm gonna throw this out. You see how far I can skip it. Not very far. All right, how about this one? Boo. Find the perfect skipping stone. How about this one? Oh, look at this one. Look at this one. A little notch for my finger. Okay, here we go. All right, I'll take that one. Okay, okay, we're getting close to something very cool here. Don't know quite what this is, but check this out. Wow, look at this. Look at this thing. This is a reconstruction of a communal hut of the stave type with animal shed section. That's amazing. Go inside. Wow, look at this. Look at this. Look at this hut. What an amazing reconstruction. Some kind of mix of people staying here and animals. Another chamber here with a supermarket bag. Fire pit, and at the ceiling, place for the ashes and the smoke to go. So imagine sitting in here. It's actually kind of warm in here. Imagine sitting here looking out at that. What a view. Right by the fjord. These walls made of sticks. I'm not a tall person, but you have to duck around here. Oh, wow. I see an antler hanging. There's the antler hanging. Oh no, the door is shut. Hope I can open it again. Okay, there we go. Ow. Hit my head. Knew I was going to do that. Whew! What a trip, man! Keep struggling, keep struggling, keep struggling, and eventually you will be rewarded. Look what I see. The mysterious slab. The thing that first made me turn off the road in the first place. So, what is it? Okay, so these circular stones were set up to kind of encircle this thing in the middle, and this slab was covered with cod oil, and the point was to ensure a good fishing season. Not that long ago, maybe a couple thousand years ago. I don't know if it was always kind of at an angle like this, maybe. So this is it, the cod oil stone, something. I've already forgotten what it's called. But here it is, an ancient monument to happy fishing here on the shores of the cold, unforgiving Varangerfjord. I've never been to Italy, so I've never been to Pisa, but I know people do this. I'm going to do it here. The effect's not the same, is it? About that. Something like that. Okay, that's the visit, the long hike to the area whose Norwegian name I cannot remember and whose Sámi name I cannot pronounce. An unbelievable hike, absolutely like no other. The kind of thing you have to come to this part of Norway to do. Okay, we're going to leave the E75 now, as soon as I negotiate this roundabout, successfully perhaps. And we're going to be on the E6 again, and we're going to be heading towards Kirkenes. Hey, the roundabout is done. All right, we're back on the E6, our old friend, our old Narvik friend. Okay, here it is, the big moment. This is the fjord, and this is the road going that way. The E6 splits off, and we will not see another fjord on this trip. So this is it. This is our final look. There are boats going by. It is a beautiful and fitting goodbye to the fjords of this road trip. Now, if you're a big water fan, don't worry. There's more water coming up. We're still later driving through Finland and Sweden, so there's going to be lots of lakes and rivers and stuff like that. We will get another quick look at the Barents Sea if all goes well in a day or two. But this is the final Norwegian fjords. Isn't it lovely? And where will the E6 take us next? More adventures on the way to Kirkenes, I hope. I've stopped pulling over for every waterfall I see just because there's so many nice ones, but I saw one here on the side of the road here in Neiden, Norway, that I had to stop and see. I hope my microphone is picking up the roar of this waterfall. That is impressive. Let's see where this trail goes. Okay, I'll have to be a little bit careful, but let me see if I can touch this water, scoop up some of this water from the Neiden River. Look, my hands are dripping with real Neiden River water from, could it possibly be the best waterfall so far on this trip? It's a contender. Well, the surprises keep piling up today. We're beside a fjord again. I thought we were done with the fjords. So I pulled over and I looked at the map a little closer, and we're done with the big Varangerfjord, the big major fjord that you notice on the map. This water here is connected to a fjord, but it's among many, many, many islands, and you don't really notice it as much on a map, at least I didn't. And it leads all the way to Kirkenes, so we're going to be by the water for quite a while here. So, bonus fjord. Out the hotel window, I looked out on Kirkenes, this outpost near the Russian border that I'll be exploring more tomorrow. See you then. Thanks for watching.